Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something pretty significant, I think, for a lot of us, this idea of coming home to yourself. It's really about finding that authentic part of you again, especially when, the world is always pushing us to be productive or liked or just perfect.
Yeah.
And we're basing this exploration on a really insightful podcast script we found. It feels like an invitation almost.
Yeah.
Just a gentle reminder about who we are underneath all that noise.
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? I mean, with all the external pressures constantly coming at us, it's just so easy to lose touch with that core self.
It really is.
So this deep dive, we'll be looking at how that disconnection happens, sometimes in really subtle ways, but maybe more importantly, how we find our way back.
Exactly. So our mission today really is to unpack this whole process. It can be messy, let's be honest, but ultimately it feels like it's about liberation, returning to your true self. We'll pull out some surprising insights from the material and hopefully offer some practical ways you can think about this. So yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
So have you ever had that feeling? You're like surrounded by people, maybe at a party or even work, but you feel profoundly alone.
Oh, definitely. It's a strange, almost isolating feeling.
Right. And that feeling, that deep loneliness, can often be a sign that we're disconnected from ourselves. The material we're looking at today suggests we don't just, lose ourselves in one big go.
No, it's gradual.
Exactly. It happens in these small, almost insignificant moments like, think about saying yes to something that deep down kind of hurts you or isn't right for you.
Or maybe skipping rest, pushing through exhaustion just to hit another deadline. That pressure.
Yeah, that constant pressure. Or even, putting on a happy face for everyone else when, inside you feel completely fractured, performing happiness.
It's interesting because, as the source points out, it's not usually a conscious choice, is it? It's not like you wake up and decide, I'm going to forget who I am today. It's often more of an adaptation, a coping mechanism, really, just to get by in the world we live in.
Yeah.
Just trying to manage.
Survival mode.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But the script suggests that the path back, the healing, it really starts with just honestly acknowledging it. Just admitting, maybe even just to yourself, quietly, I miss myself.
Wow. Yeah, that's powerful. I miss myself.
It really is.
And kind of building on that, the material talks about these mirror moments.
Okay.
When you actually look at the version of yourself that just sits in silence, not the one you present to the world, performance.
The unedited version.
Exactly. And it asks these really direct, but also quite tender questions aimed right at you, the listener. Things like, what does she need right now? What does he actually long for? What parts of you just haven't been held, haven't been acknowledged in a long time?
And this ties directly into how we think about self-love, doesn't it? The script really tries to redefine it.
Yeah, it does.
It's not about, bubble baths and buying things necessarily.
Right. Not the commercial version.
No. It clarifies what it actually looks like. And it's things like, checking in with your own feelings before you grab your phone in the morning. Simple, but profound.
That's a big one.
Or being able to say no to something without feeling the need to apologize profusely for it.
Yeah.
And there's this really beautiful idea in there, too, realizing that your softness, your vulnerability, it isn't a weakness. The script calls it your return signal, like a homing beacon, guiding you back to your authentic self.
I love that return signal. It challenges that whole toughen up narrative we get so often.
Exactly. We're often taught that strength is about being hard, rigid, but this suggests real strength, real authenticity actually lies in that capacity for softness, for feeling.
So it's about listening to those quieter signals from inside, the stuff we usually try to ignore.
Precisely. That softness isn't a defect. It's actually like a really powerful internal compass, if we learn to trust it.
And what's great is it doesn't feel like it demands this massive life overhaul,
No, not at all.
The material really emphasizes you don't have to tear everything down and start again overnight. It's more about just meeting yourself again where you are, but doing it with gentleness.
The gentleness is key.
So, okay, gentleness sounds lovely. Ideal, even. But the material we're working with is also really honest about the process. Refreshingly so. It basically says, spoiler alert, healing isn't always pretty.
Far from it, often.
Yeah, it's often messy and inconvenient, like really inconvenient sometimes.
Absolutely. The script gives some vivid examples, doesn't it?
It does. Like it can look like crying when everyone else is celebrating. That feeling of being completely out of sync.
Or maybe deleting phone numbers you used to call every single day. That kind of painful pruning.
Oof. Yeah. Or just sitting with discomfort. Instead of immediately reaching for a distraction, whether it's your phone or food or work, just being with the feeling.
And that raises a really important point, I think. How do we even know we're healing if it feels so internal? And sometimes, honestly, kind of invisible.
Right, there's no checklist.
No. The process often involves grieving the person you used to be, or maybe the life you thought you'd have, while at the same time, really slowly, you're becoming someone new. And there's often no tangible proof, no certificate at the end.
So how do you know it's working?
Well, the core message here, the really crucial takeaway, is this. Every time you choose not to abandon yourself, you are healing. It's in those small, quiet moments of choosing yourself, of self-preservation, even when it's hard. That's where the real work gets done, even if nobody else sees it.
That makes sense. These quiet acts of self-preservation. And this kind of quiet work, it often happens in the shadows, as the script puts it.
Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it. It emphasizes that this kind of growth, this internal shift, doesn't always get external applause.
Right. You don't get promoted for it.
Exactly. The script says there are no trophies for setting boundaries.
True.
And no medals for learning to sit with your sadness instead of running from it. It's not performance-based.
But the value is internal then.
Precisely. That's the contrast. This lack of external validation is almost inversely related to the internal rewards.
Okay.
The rewards are things like, well, a deeper sense of peace, genuine clarity about what matters to you, and just this undeniable feeling of freedom.
Those are pretty big rewards.
They are. They're the sort of unsung victories that truly reshape your inner world.
So what does that look like day to day, this internal growth? The script gives some ideas. It talks about letting go of old stories, those narratives that kept you small or limited your potential.
Learning how to hold space for yourself, your own feelings, your own needs, giving them importance.
Yeah. And finally, maybe getting it deep down that your worth has absolutely nothing to do with how productive you are or how perfect you seem to others.
And that understanding allows for such a profound shift. It gives you permission, really.
Permission.
Yeah. Permission to change, permission to become, and crucially, the script adds, you're allowed to do it quietly, gently, completely.
Quietly, gently, completely. I like that.
It's not about some big public transformation unless you want it to be. It's about that deep internal work that builds real, lasting resilience.
Okay, so bringing this all together then, how do we actually, do it? How do we come home to ourselves? The material is pretty clear on this, actually. It says you don't need a map. You don't need some complicated plan. What you really need is just presence, being here, now.
Simple, but not always easy.
No, definitely not. But it offers these really practical starting points, almost like little breadcrumbs to follow on the path back.
Okay, like what?
It says, start with your breath, just noticing your breath, then with your voice. Finding your voice, using it, then with your boundaries, establishing what's okay and what's not.
Breath, voice, boundaries. That feels manageable, tangible.
Right.
And this whole idea of coming home, it feels less like arriving at some final static destination and more like cultivating an ongoing practice, something you keep returning to.
Like a daily choice.
Exactly. That daily, sometimes moment-by-moment choice. Choosing honesty over just keeping things comfortable. Choosing your own peace over performing for others. Choosing your truth over whatever the latest trend is telling you.
It's a continuous alignment then, staying aligned with your true self even when it's difficult or inconvenient.
That's it.
And let's be real, the world will constantly try to pull you away. It's a noisy place out there, isn't it?
Incredibly noisy. So many distractions.
But the material gives you this really beautiful, empowering message right at the core. You are allowed to take the long way back.
Ah, that's lovely. Takes the pressure off.
Totally. There's no deadline, no judgment on how long it takes, just the journey itself unfolding at your own pace.
And when you piece all these ideas together, the small moments, the gentleness, the quiet growth, choosing yourself, it leads to this quite profound realization, I think, which is you're never actually lost in the first place. You're always there. You're just waiting for permission, maybe from yourself most of all, to return.
Wow. Okay. That lands. You were never truly lost. Just waiting for permission to come back. And that feels like such a powerful thought to end on, doesn't it? This whole deep dive really reminds us of that journey back to our authentic selves. A journey that's, well, always available to us.
It really is. And if anything we've talked about today has, resonated with you, The script actually offers a final suggestion, a little practice.
Okay.
It suggests giving yourself the gift of stillness, just for a moment.
Right.
So if you can, right now, maybe just close your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
put your hand on your heart, feel your breath, and just gently remind yourself,
Yeah.
I am safe here. I am becoming here.
I'm safe here. I'm becoming here. That's beautiful.
It's a simple anchor back to yourself.
Well, until next time then.
Yeah.
Be soft with yourself. Be steady on your path. And always, always remember you can be home within yourself.